I'm turning my basement into a miniature golf course.
Which is a totally normal thing to do. I already built the first 3 holes, and that's when things started getting out of hand.
Today we're going to build the classic loop-de-loop, try and finish the skate park hole, and see if we can figure out my kid's favorite, Plinko. I'm already in way over my head, so we might as well keep going. I'm going to start with the loop-de-loop hole. You have to hit your ball under the mountain tunnel, around the loop-de-loop tire, and onto the green. How hard could that be?
Turns out, it's harder than I thought. I cut a piece of plywood to use as the fairway and slid it into place. I got this tire for free at a gas station. Not sure why they were giving it away. It even came with some free hardware. After a good scrubbing, I cut it in half and cleaned up the steel belts the best that I could. Now I'm not sure a tire is the best choice for this, but we're gonna roll with it. After a few scientific tests, I determined that walls would be necessary. With those in place and working, I added the carpet and connected the tire to the fairway. Making the exit ramp was harder than I thought. The tire that spent its whole life being round didn't really want to conform to its new shape. Originally, I wanted it up at the same level as the green. That didn't really work, so I gave up and made a ramp instead. Obviously, I had to do some more testing after attaching it to the green. I actually think this might work better. The ball comes around the loop with a lot of speed, and hopefully the ramp slows it down a little. Now that everything's lined up, there's just a few more finishing touches, and we're ready to play.
I felt like I was working in circles on this one. It wasn't the hardest hole to build, but it's definitely going to be the hardest to get a hole in one.
This really is a lot harder than it looks. You have to hit it just right. Too soft and you won't make it around the loop. Too hard and you're going to be bouncing around all over the place up there. I lost count of how many tries and I couldn't do it, so I called in the professionals. Even they struggled. We went deep into our bench, but nobody could do it. I was literally about to turn off the camera since we had given up all hope, and then this happened.
Oh my god! My kids like to skateboard, so we built this quarter pipe. Since it's already here, we gotta make it part of our course.
The idea is you hit your ball up the ramp, off the skateboard, and onto the green. While that seems like a good idea in theory, this is kind of a dangerous hole for children. In fact, this hole is the main reason why we require adult supervision to play on the course right now. We've got the ramp and the green. Now the challenge is filling in these sections in a way that keeps the skate park vibe and actually plays well.
I'm going to attempt to do that by building some mini skate ramps here. I think that might work, but there's also a good chance the ball just launches off that ramp and gives somebody a headache.
I started on the back section by just building a simple kicker ramp out of plywood. This front section is going to be a little more complicated. I want to make it look like an actual mini skate park by adding a stair set. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, so I finished the walls and slapped on some paint. Now I think this one's about as good as it's going to get, so let's try it out. This wasn't quite as hard as the loop-de-loop, but I think it still took me over 100 tries to get that hole in one. That just made it all the more satisfying when it finally went in.
Our next hole might be the biggest challenge yet, Plinko. I could take the easy way out and just have players drop their ball down the Plinko board, but that's not really how we do things around here. In fact, the hard way seems to be the only way we do things. Anyway, my plan is to build a ramp to get the ball up here, then another ramp going this way to drop the ball into the Plinko part. I made this hole for a DIY video. There's a link in the description if you want to learn how to build your own, but now I'm going to repurpose it for the Plinko green. I worked backwards on this hole. With the green in place, I built the Plinko board next.
I've never done this before, and it took a while. I almost lost a finger trying to cut 59 of these dowels, but in the end, I'm pretty happy with it. Now I just have to get the ball up to the Plinko board. I built the landing zone so I could measure the right height for my ramp, then built the ramp out of 2x3s, plywood, and hardboard. I built a box at the top to contain and direct the ball, and a ramp at the bottom. Of course, I had to give it some thorough testing before paint. This is a lot of fun, but now I have to tear it down to paint it. I tried this fluorescent green for the Plinko board. I thought it would look cool with the black background and the yellow balls. It didn't turn out quite as nice as I had hoped, but I still think it's pretty cool. And now we are officially ready to play. You know the deal by now? We gotta try and get a hole-in-one. I thought this might take a while, but somehow I got a hole-in-one on the first try. I took a few more putts just to show you how the hole plays, and I got another hole-in-one on the third try. I'm not sure if this is luck, or maybe I just made this one too easy. My original plan was to just build a putting green for the kids. Then I thought maybe a mini golf hole would be fun. Then maybe 3. And now, well, here we are. At this point, we might as well keep going and build a full 9-hole mini golf course in the basement. We still need 2 more holes, and I only have about a 7 by 8 foot area left to work with, so if you have any crazy ideas, I'd love to hear them. If you're interested in building your own hole, I have a DIY video for you. And if you want more details on this build, make sure you check out part 1. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next hole.